It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Amager Bryghus in Denmark, and it's a bottle of their Buffalo Burlesque. It's an Imperial Stout aged in Bordeaux red wine barrels, coming in at 11% ABV. Looks absolutely tremendous. Look at that. It's like Game of Thrones on there. Right, okay, there's a bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass, see what we get. Nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening. Beer in the glass then. Massive, massive thank you. Whoa, look at this. Sorry, I'll get to the thank you in a moment. The beer kind of took over. A massive, massive thank you to Morten from Norway for sending me the beer. Good levels of carbonation, jet black beer in the glass. The beer completely took my, I was about to say Morten's name. And as I was pouring the beer kind of took my attention away from Morten's name. And then for some reason, I had the name Jens in my head. Do you know when something gets fixated in your mind then? Imprinted on your forehead? Jens. Why Jens? So I had to kind of like, right, quick edit. As soon as I pressed the stop button on the camcorder, Morten, it come back to my head. Thank you, Morten. Look at this beer. A beer to kind of mesmerise anybody's minds, I suppose. Jet black beer in a glass, red wine barrel, Bordeaux wine barrel Imperial Stout, 11% ABV, jet black beer in a glass, aroma, oaty, biscuity, nutty. But then there's loads of kind of chocolate malt, roasted malt and red wine coming through. Smells terrific. Let's dive in. Cheers everybody. Cheers Morten. Oh. That is a really sophisticated drink. Really sophisticated. One half of my brain wants to talk about roasted malt and caramel and vanilla and chocolate. The other half of my brain wants to talk about red wine and vinous qualities and oak barrels and vanilla. Just tremendous. Like that real kind of wine taste, that vinous quality. Plums, figs, prunes, dark fruits, that sort of thing. So it's kind of a big split. Straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. The mouthfeel, it's creamy, it's rich, there's a good depth to it. Oh yeah, it's like you want to pour all of that lovely luscious beer over that woman's cleavage there and just kind of just start lapping at it. I'm explaining what kind of man I am now, aren't I? I'm explaining I'm not an ass man. Yeah, I can imagine that. All over. Well, yeah. This nice Russian Imperial Stout. It's sticky, it's gloopy. It would stick there. But then the vinous qualities on the beer are really pushing through. You get the vanilla, the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel, the roasted flavours coming through. It's slightly nutty and oaty. There's some wood there. There's some kind of like wood barrel aged kind of flavour in the back of the palate, but it's all about that red wine quality that kind of just pushes through. It really does. It's a tasty beer. It's a really tasty. tasty beer. I like it. There's enough carbonation to give it a fizz, a little push around the inside of the mouth, release more of that flavour. And look, as I rock the beer, now I've drunk some of the beer, I can really show you. Well, first of all, you got nice lacing, but watch now as I move the liquid. Can you see that? That's an example of the mouthfeel. That slow moving carbonation chasing the head of the beer up the glass. That's, well, I'm not going to call it oxygen, but that's like, yeah, some air that I'm throwing into the glass by tipping the glass quickly, and it's there's a lag, there's a delay, because it's fighting its way back through the beer. Nice beer. Let's rate it. Or first of all, let's see if there's any English. Oh, there is. Her name is Anne Peabody. I don't get that. And at the age of only 15? Oh, blimey. Oh, no. What does that mean? That means I'm kind of looking at underage them. What's going on? Fled her hometown of Metesty, WY in 1881. It didn't really come as a surprise, although a sweet and respectful child, Anne turned a deaf ear to her parents trying to teach her the gospel. You don't want to learn the gospel, really, do you? She would rather spend her time talking to the wild buffaloes roaming free in the wilderness. Under the bed, her parents found a newspaper clipping about a so-called Wild West show in nearby Casper. But when they got there, Anne had already moved on with her new boss, Buffalo Bill. I hope she was 16 by then. Well, that's the age in the UK. If you're watching from America, was it 18, 21? Blimey. Her abilities as a buffalo whisperer, combined with a distinct star quality, made her the jewel of the show. Several years of touring took her around the world, but when an admirer invited her into the newly opened Moulin Rouge variety in Paris, she felt an immediate attraction to the stage. A stage that soon had to be severely reinforced when Anne introduced her glamour solo show, the Buffalo Burlesque, a show like nothing ever seen before in Paris. Oh yeah, she's riding a buffalo. They didn't reinforce the stage to carry her breasts. Well, that was my initial thinking. Let's rate this beer. Wonderful beer. Cheers. Thank you to Morton. Lovely Imperial Stout. I've talked about her enough. Red wine barrel aged Imperial Stout. Lovely Imperial Stout flavours. Lovely barrel aged feature to it. The oakiness, the vanilla, and some lovely vinous qualities on the back end. It's a Stone the Crows. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers.